Awesome. And it is a minute for us to tell our followers that we're here. We are locked and loaded, making things happen. I'm so happy for the ones who are joining in. I need to remind people on different forum. I have not told them yet. Nilisahau kuwakumbusha. Anyhow, welcome kila mtu. Asanteni sana. Please tell a friend to tell a friend. We are live. We are live right now, and it is important for people to tune in. Yeah, we are live on YouTube. Nice. So, Rick, I'm just going to bring you on stage, and when people tune in, we can still do another introduction if needed. But all the same, hello everybody. This is being recorded and you can access it anytime. My name is Catherine Maina. Please call me Kate Mimi. I am a United Kingdom registered nurse from Kenya, and I am a renal nurse specialist. That means I deal with kidneys. On this channel, we talk a lot about matters that are important to healthcare workers, particularly nurses, because I am biased. This is for nurses. So today we are blessed to have a guest with us. His name is Derrick, but I'll let him introduce himself. And he works in the USA. So, karibu sana Derrick.
Thanks so much, Kate. For the viewers, my name is Derrick Mwiti, United States registered nurse.
Is there a lag? Is there a lag in the Wi-Fi?
Yeah. Naona kuna iko slow kidogo.
Iko slow. It's
Okay, I was saying my name is Derrick Mwiti, United States registered nurse, all the way from Kenya. I've been working in Kenya for like 8 years before relocating to the United States of America. And this is like my second year in this new world.
wow. 8 years in Kenya.
Can I say I wasted time? Maybe, but
Did
the right,
you?
at the right time it happened.
Wow. Tell me, what made you choose USA? Wacha tuanze hapo. Why United States of America?
Uh, One thing I loved about United States of America, because I've been hearing people relocating to Canada, to Australia, to United Kingdom. Actually, by the time I was relocating to the United States of America, most of the Kenyan nurses were relocating to United Kingdom. But then for me coming to the United States of America, I looked at various things. One thing was like, if I come here and I have a family, we all could get like green cards. I can come with my family, and coming with an agency was a little bit easier because they could cater for most of the things on my side. Then I could cater for the needs of my family. Another thing was looking at the monetary side. Like when it comes to payments, I felt I would be comfortable and easier living in the United States of America, even for professional and personal growth.
And how is that so far coming along?
So far, so good. Only like always say, whatever is said on the media, whatever people say, and whatever happens on the ground is a little bit different, but I can say so far, so good. I cannot complain. It takes time to get to the levels maybe you expect, like you'll get immediately you get to this place. There are some challenges, but at the end of the day, there's no place without challenges. You get used to that, you know to navigate, and then you keep on moving.
Perfect. Now, Derrick, people
Yes.
say there is a lot of money in the USA.
Mhm.
We want
Mhm.
to know, is it true? Now, and I will ask you in the context of many nurses who I know, or many
Mhm.
nurses I've had the joy of working with, have children. Okay. So I want you to think about someone who has children and maybe they are a single parent, whether it's a single dad or a single mom. The money that you guys are making in the USA, is it enough to sustain them? Tell us.
Okay, when we talk about monetary issues in the United States of America, we have very many categories. As you said, there's a person who comes here alone, they are single, they are not married, they have no kids. For them, even with the rates at the agency pays, they are good with that because they can pay their bills, they can save money because they don't have a lot of expenditure. Then you have someone who has a family, like two are married, but then they have no kids. Even those ones surviving, it's easier for them. I'm talking like the first few months when they get to the United States of America, it's easier for them because as long as one person is working or two of them are working, because once you get to the United States of America, even if you are not a nurse, you can't look for a job on the tarmac like we tarmac back in the country. Here, like jobs are all over, whether you have done a special course or not, whether you are just from class 8, jobs are there for you, waiting for you.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, that's another category. And then you have a category by an individual comes with a kid, like a single parent, either mom or a dad. The reality is, childcare in the United States of America is very expensive.
Okay.
Because if you have to hire a nanny, you have to pay them, depending on the states, like between $14 to $20 per hour. That's too much. And maybe
Wow.
you don't even make double of that when you come. So sometimes it's very expensive. That's why you see most of the parents, because they are in groups in Kenya who are planning to relocate, they form those groups and they know which state are you going, which hospital are you going. So people tend to go to the same hospital.
Mm.
Like, you have a kid, I have a kid. So when we
Then
start
they can
working,
help one another with the childcare.
yeah, and that works better for them. And when you talk about helping one another in childcare, it means like you have your kid, but your kid has to go to school or daycare. So if your kid is going to daycare or to school, someone has to pick them when they come back. Or maybe you have to go to the school and pick them. So that's where they help each other. One is on off day, go and pick the kids and come stay with them until their mother arrives. And that helps them at least to take care of the things and make it easier for everyone. And we get such parents, they work on alternate shifts. One is working day shift, another one is working night shift. Such
Okay.
that whenever one is
We
needed
continue.
to. Yes, Kate, you are saying
Okay.
something?
No, it's I'm just saying, I'm just alerting our viewers. We're having a lag with the Wi-Fi on both ends. I don't know what's up. Yeah, but continue, please.
Yeah, I was saying like that's where you see parents like they do alternate shifts. One is doing night shifts, another one is doing day shifts, so that at any time the kid needs any attention from the school, because sometimes, like during the winter period when it's raining, because sometimes it rains, and then the school might go and say like they have an issues with their ACs, with their heaters in the school. Someone has go get the kid, so the parent is available has to go and pick the kid and stay with them even when the other
Okay.
parent is working.
Okay.
So that makes it easier for the parents. And then we have another category. I haven't heard of men who are coming as single dads with their kids unless it happens when they are here. And if maybe we have them, maybe that's how they do with their colleagues. They try just to help one another to make sure like they take care of the kids. Because one thing here in US, if by any chance the government thinks you are neglecting the kids, or maybe someone thinks you are neglecting the kids and then they report you, the police will come and take the kid away from you.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then you'll have to start out the court cases trying to get back your kids. So it's not easy.
Uh-huh.
Another category is whereby you come as a couple and you have kids. Still, it works better when you're working on alternate shifts, both of you, because at least you make sure like everyone, every time someone else there for the kids.
Yeah.
But it becomes more complicated when you have a very small kid that can't go to daycare,
Yeah.
and then you have another one going to daycare. You know, like one of you, when they are at home, they have to take care of the kid at home, and the one who is at daycare, they have to, or school, they have to ensure like they balance when they are at home, which is not easy because here, culture shock, character development about
Mm,
life, it's you
mm,
hard. So before you get in a point to balance that, it takes
mm.
time. Yeah.
Okay. I totally understand, and thank you so much for clarifying that. But I am also quite impressed that Kenyans have been joining hands and taking care of one another, even in the USA, just like they do here in the United Kingdom. That's a plus, and I'm so happy to hear that. I really like it when nurses unite to help each other. Now, Derrick, there is something that I need you to address. How do people come to the USA? I hear about agency. You know, people reach out to me and I'm like, yeah, agency. But in the UK right now, agencies are not allowed to recruit from Kenya. So I wonder, what options do nurses who are listening to us right now have in terms of coming to the USA? Please take us through the journey briefly.
Okay, I think right now I can say it's so unfair for the UK because I know most nurses were prepared to go to UK and then they got that shock. But still, some of them got shocked. They had already done their IELTS examination. So it's easier they shift to the United States journey. Though
Mm.
I don't know why, but most nurses fear the NCLEX. But I can assure you, like the majority of people passing NCLEX right now are Kenyans. There
Wow.
is a survey. There was a survey that was out last year and showed like more than 65% of Kenyan nurses are passing the examination. So
Wow.
I think there is no need of fearing the NCLEX
Mm,
if you have done the nursing council and you have passed it. Like it's just preparation and getting ready.
mm,
So when it comes to the journey, we have a lot of agencies recruiting from Kenya.
okay.
Yeah, we have those one known for long, like Avant. They have been recruiting for the longest time. We have a Devia. We have MediPro.
Mm,
Uh, we have Interstaff. We have Passport USA. It
wow.
depends. Some of them are just direct hires, like they hire you direct to the hospital.
Okay.
So when you come to the United States of America, they guide you through the journey. You go do the exam, and then once you land here, you go
Mm,
to the facility you're supposed to work. But
mm,
before that, they can pay your rent like up to 3 months before you start working.
okay. That's good.
That's for the
That's
direct hire. Yeah.
mm,
And then when it comes to filing for your whole family, they ensure like they file cases at the embassy for the whole family. So you're in a position to come with your family. So your
ah.
family can join you later once you get here.
Ah, I see. Let me ask you, Derrick. What do you mean by direct hires, and what is the difference between direct hire agencies and the others?
For the direct hire, they hire you directly to go into a specific hospital. Like when you come here, like for the others, like Avant and MediPro, they ask you the hospital you'd like to go, and then they try as much as possible to take you to the hospital like you prefer. But for the direct hires, most of them you'll see like they have specific hospitals where they take their clients.
Oh,
Even for the other agencies, they have contracts with hospitals where they take their nurses. Like, for example, you might say like you want to go to California, and then
mm,
they try to look at California. The hospitals that they work with them, is there any hospital that is open to get nurses for the specific field you're going, either it's med-surg, whether it's operational nursing. So, and they let you know, right now in California, we don't have an opening for medical surgical nurse, but,
ah,
and then they give you options.
mm,
And then at least when you go there, it's an hospital that you have chosen by yourself. You do the interviews, you check reviews, and once you go there, you are ready for the work.
ah,
Yeah.
amazing, amazing. Now, Derrick, I want to get a little bit personal here. Please
Mhm.
allow allow me,
Okay.
because nursing, let's be
Mhm.
very honest, is a female-dominated profession. It didn't start out this way. As you know, United Kingdom is where nursing was born, thanks to Florence Nightingale and the others, yeah.
You are.
But
Mhm.
long time ago, nursing was actually male dominated, but today, as the profession is, it is female dominated. Even when I worked with male nurses back in Kenya, patients would call them daktari. So there is daktari na kuna sister. Sister is the nurse and daktari is the doctor. While in truth, they were still male nurses, okay? But
Yeah.
here you are, thriving and making boss moves in the USA as a male nurse. So my question to you is, how did you end up in nursing? You're a man. I am trying to think, growing up, one of your dreams, anyone asking you was not, I want to be a nurse. So I'm just here wondering, kuliendaje, how did you come into nursing? Do you like it in nursing? And what can you say are the unique things that you have to deal with as a male nurse? Please take us through.
Um, as you have said, we have a stereotype, like nursing is for ladies, it's for female, like no man should be a nurse. As you have said, back in Kenya, you are being called daktari, daktari, because they feel like a male is a doctor, and then for the nurse, for the ladies, female, they are called sister nurses, you know. But for me, growing up, whenever I used to see someone sick back at home, maybe my mom, my relatives, I would always tell them, one day, once I grow up, I'll be a doctor and I'll be treating you. Like that was the word, the doctor, you know. Like
Yeah,
even us growing up, we used to know like there were no male like male nurses.
yeah,
We only knew like the male were doctors.
yeah.
So I had the passion to be helping people. Because to be a nurse, you need to be passionate. You have to have that compassion so that you can help other people. And so after my high school, that's how I chose. I chose 3 courses, but nursing was my priority, and that's how I got into nursing. And for me, anytime for the time that I've been working, anytime my patient would come and refer to me as a doctor, I would tell them I'm not a doctor, I'm a nurse. So whatever you see these sisters, you know, call them sisters, whatever you see these sisters doing is what I do. We are the same thing. We're trying to help you get better, your patients get better and recover. Not like because I'm a man, I'm special in any way, or I'm a doctor. You know, sometimes you may be seated in a place with a female nurse, and then the relative comes and directly comes to you, and then they're like, daktari, nilikuwa nataka hivi na hivi na hivi, you see.
Yeah,
But then
yeah.
you tell them, sister can help you, and then so that they can know like we are all equal, like no one is special. Because one, like I might be working this shift, but I might be going on my leave like for 1 month. You might never see me again. You'll be seeing the sisters. And for a fact, it's like female nurses are the majority.
Yeah.
So like I might leave like for a month, and maybe you might be seeing another male nurse once in a while because there are not many in the profession. So I always let them know like we are all nurses. We're doing our best to make sure you have your needs catered for here as a team. Yeah, we work as a team.
Wow. Derrick, I'm hearing, if I'm hearing you correctly, you're talking about awareness. That is letting the public know that male nurses are nurses. They are not doctors. They are
Yeah,
nurses, and they are capable just as much as their female counterparts, isn't it?
yeah,
And what about this other notion that people, for example, say, let me give you, last year we had KCSE, yeah? And so many people, so many students scored grades that would either qualify them for a diploma or a degree in nursing. But then again, they are male, yeah, the boy child. Now,
yeah,
boy child, when they were in high school, let's take an example of a famous high school back home. Let's go with Alliance, for example. No one told them that nursing is an option. They grew up, or the information they were given by their teachers was be an engineer, be a doctor, be a neurosurgeon, be a pharmacist. No one mentioned nursing. But now again, this student is at home wondering, by the way, if I go into nursing, will that not be kujishusha bei? Talk to them.
one thing when you talk about creating awareness, I have my channels also try to share some information with people, and people sometimes come to my inbox and ask a lot of questions, but I always tell them, like, do what your heart feels. If you feel like you want to do nursing, go for it. It's just a profession like any other. Just go, apply, and start doing your nursing. Kate, there is something maybe I wouldn't have loved to talk about, but I'll just mention a little bit.
Go for it.
Uh, like you said, in most institutions, they talk about being like engineers, those big courses.
Yeah.
Some people get A's, A minus, but then no one thinks about nursing.
Mm. Yeah.
But they
Literally.
go do some courses. Maybe you have never even heard of some of them, but then after school, they stay at home with
Mm.
their degrees, with their masters, with no one to employ them. And when it comes to today's economy, you can see there is no need of going to school, spending over 12 years in school or even more, and then going back at home with their certificates.
Mm.
I always tell people even they can look in this perspective when it comes to market value. Like when you are a nurse in Kenya and then you can't get employed in Kenya,
Mm.
there's no problem with that. Nursing is open for international employment.
Yeah.
So you can think about that. It's not like a must you do nursing in Kenya and work in Kenya.
Mm.
So you can still do your nursing and then you can explore abroad now that we have agencies recruiting.
Yeah.
And to make it easy, I'm telling people now the NCLEX Center is at Nairobi Westlands.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
take advantage of that.
Mm.
For us, we use the agencies because I know it's expensive. Like for me, I had to do my exam in South Africa. Like
Okay.
you see, those are flight tickets and for accommodation in South Africa. It would have been so expensive. So,
Mm.
and the agency would cater for that. But
Mm.
for now, you have Nairobi.
Mm.
Almost everyone goes through Nairobi once in a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even you don't need an agency
No.
to do the exam because at the end of the day, when the rate that they are paying you with here is that they
Mm.
are paying you a little lower,
Mm.
which is not like the direct hires. Direct hires, because you do most of the things by yourself, they pay a higher rate.
Mm.
So people can just decide do nothing, go to start their own process
Mm.
individually, and then go to Nairobi NCLEX Center and do their NCLEX, and then from there they can source for a direct hire and
Wow.
get employed directly. Yeah.
Derrick, come slowly. Ebu kanyagia tu hapo kidogo. We need to understand. Penina, thank you so much. Julie Kitum, I'm so happy to have you here. There's something you're saying, but imagine unapitia tu hivi. We want you to emphasize, sisitiza. You're telling us that you do not need an agency to do the NCLEX exam. Derrick, I want us sasa sijui tutaifanyia nini. I want you to emphasize on that people do not need agencies for them to do the NCLEX exam. Ebu tuambie sasa, assume sasa ni Kate, mimi sasa ndio mimi.
Mm-hmm.
I am in Kenya. I have just completed my degree in nursing or my diploma in nursing. Nursing Council has registered me. Niko hapo. And I am hearing people are telling me, oh, USA takes like 2 years. The UK nowadays is taking like 2 years. Oh, about NCLEX, you have to have this much experience. Where Derrick Sahi, you are telling us that you do not need all that. You can do the NCLEX. Ebu tuambie hiyo kitu vizuri. Talk to us.
One thing, when you decide to follow the agency way, sometimes they have their own restrictions. Like they'll say they want someone who has 2 or 3 years experience working. And then they are specific enough, like you should be working in a facility that has like a capacity of maybe 100 patients and above, inpatient or 70 and above. And as per the hospitals in Kenya, not many facilities got that capacity of patients. And even if we have them, not everyone can be in a position to be working in those facilities. Looking at the employment rate in the country, it's too low.
Uh-huh.
So I always say there is even before the NCLEX Center was in Kenya, people have been doing it as independent candidates.
Really?
Independent candidates means like you don't need an agency to go and do the exam. You do it individually.
Wow.
Yeah, you start everything by yourself with the CGFNS registration. Then document verification. After verify your documents and everything is seen to be clear, but that's where people get a lot of challenges when it comes to names. Maybe you are cadring, but you are high school. You used to call
Okay.
yourself Kate. So you have cadring in your birth certificate. You have Kate in your high school certificate. That
Yeah.
sometimes bring challenges when it comes to names. That's why I always tell people before you start this journey, ensure like your names are in the right manner because you're gonna pay for it. They can't process anything if the names are different because they assume these are two different people.
People. Yeah. Okay.
So you have to ensure like they are the same names. So
Mm-hmm.
once you are done with that, sometimes you have people here in United States of America, still nurses who came here earlier who try to connect people with hospitals, and then some hospitals can file your case through their lawyers from Kenya, then you come to work in their hospitals. At
Okay.
that time, you see, like you get most agencies give 2 year contracts, 3 year contracts, but you can get a 2 year contract in a facility, and then you can be paid higher rates. And
Let me
when
ask you this question before you proceed. Are you
Mhm.
saying that graduates fresh from school can do the NCLEX exam even without having worked, I don't know how many years experience and all that? Is that what you're telling us?
Yeah, when you're doing this exam individually by yourself, it's
Mhm.
possible because
Perfect.
once you have your nursing license, it means like you are fully a nurse and you can start the process as an individual. Uh, you don't have like to get like 3 years experience, like 2 year experience in one department. You don't need all that. I've seen guys when I was working, they were doing the internship,
Uh-huh.
and immediately after internship, they join as independent candidates or direct hires. And now we have them here in the United States of America.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, the
Derek,
only
why
thing
didn't
now
we know
holding
these things?
people,
Why didn't we know these things when we were coming straight from uni and colleges?
sometimes I remember back in 2017, someone asking me, what do you think about us thinking about working in the United States of America?
Uh-huh.
And I was naive that time, and I told them, for me, the only thing I'm expecting is to get employed by the government and my life will change.
Oh dear.
And then I think when I got employed by the government, my life changed, but negatively. Not in a positive way like I expected. Like
Hata
the curve,
ulikuwa
I
county.
can say I can say like the curve was good, and then when I got the employment by the county, it started going down because sometimes you could pay even up to 3 months without being paid.
What?
And then
Very
for the
bad.
yeah, and for the private facilities, they pay maybe by 26 or 27th, like
Yeah.
that's a routine.
Yeah.
But then when the governor says they haven't received any finances from the national government, what will you do? Nothing.
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 Absolutely
I can
nothing.
see the only thing maybe you can enjoy from the government facilities, apart from serving your patients and seeing them get well,
Mhm.
it's the offs. At least they'll get off. Something like in the private facilities, you don't get enough offs. Yeah. So if you're deciding to do something else, you
Interesting.
got enough of. Yeah.
It is important that I emphasize what you are saying that, and Ricky, this is why I do these videos. I don't consider myself a regular social media influencer. I wouldn't call myself that. The thing that makes me document some of these stories is because I know someone will be scrolling down looking for information, and I want them to come across credible information. As today is very important. There is someone out there who will benefit, and they will take what you're saying seriously, and they will act upon it. Because I do not want a case where someone is looking for information and they just relying on Dr. Google. Google can say anything. But now you're
Yeah.
here, you're giving us first-hand information. I truly, truly thank God for this. So, guys, it is important for us to remember what Derrick is telling us, that you can take the NCLEX exam by yourself. You're in Kenya right now. my cohort, there is a cohort of students I am mentoring. They are at KU. It is you
Wow.
who we are talking about. Ni nyinyi. You're graduating in December. You know yourselves. I want you to listen to this gentleman. I've been telling you in our conversations that you can take the NCLEX by yourself. Now, hear it from Rick. He's telling you you can do it. It's all about kujiamini, have your papers right, just like he's telling us. Make sure that your names are aligning, and actually even your date of birth, it needs to align. Like, make sure your date of birth is the same in your papers, in your birth certificate, in your passport. Make sure you have the same one. Okay, so this information is important. Derrick, is it worth it to come to the USA? Is it worth it?
Kids, I love the way you are encouraging people because you always see it's the United States dream and it's worth it. Even for me, I remember back at home working when I had students from KMTC, from universities coming for the attachment. I used to tell them, do not look at the smaller picture, look at the bigger picture. You don't have to graduate and come and work here with me. You can think like after finishing school, you can go to Australia, you can go to Canada, to Germany, Finland. Like we have more opportunities out there.
Mm. Mm.
Like I wanted to change their mentality because sometimes they could, yeah, like we haven't been paid like for 3, 4 months. And then maybe they could
Mm.
think, is this the kind of life I live after I'm done with my studies?
Mm.
But to encourage them, I could tell them, this is happening. It's real and it's not only in my county, it's happening all over the country.
Mm.
And then even if we say we go to work to parastatal like KNH, because when my county things became tough, I thought maybe when I go to KNH, my life will change. But then
Yeah.
I came to realize the people in KNH are going to Australia, they're going
Yeah.
to Canada, going
Yeah.
to US. And I ask myself, how can I be a fool to
Mm.
target to go to KNH and people in KNH are leaving KNH to going
Overseas.
abroad? Yeah,
Mm.
so and then I changed mentality and I started the journey. And since I came here, I can say the dream is valid.
Mm.
We have challenges when we
Mm.
get here, but it's normal. When you go to a new place, you face challenges. Like you
Mm.
come here, you have to drive. Maybe in
Mm.
Kenya, very not very many people drive. So
Yeah.
you have to come here, you have to start driving in these crazy roads, but then you have to get used to it.
Yes.
You have to come here, you have to look for the house. When looking for the house, they are asking for your leasing history. But this is your first time in the United States of America. You have no lease history. So you have to try to communicate with the people on the ground to help you on the houses that you can get, the leasing history. Because for me, I had to be helped.
Yeah.
After orientation with the agency, I was to stay in the hotel for 5 days, but I ended up staying for 10 days because I couldn't get a house. Everywhere
Mm.
I'm going, I'm being asked where is your leasing history. And then another thing, you don't have any credit history.
Yeah.
Like maybe you took a loan and you paid, or maybe
Yeah.
you have a car you are you are paying for.
Mm.
So the agency helps you to get credit to get a car, but now you are new. And before you get a car, you have to get a house because they'll need your address once you get here. So that's the challenge. So you have to
Mm.
get a house, give their address, and then use the address to get a car. But when it comes
Mm.
to working the hospitals, I can say like it's fulfilling. We don't
Mm.
have problems like we have back at home whereby you have antibiotics to give, but then you have even no diluents for the medications. Like you have even no syringes. You have no, like it's like you have nothing, but you have to give medications.
Mm.
You just can't imagine going. I know you know this life, reporting for a shift, and then you
Yeah.
have no gloves. You have
Yes.
no gloves. You have
Mm.
that patient, and you are alone, and then you have to do. Then you start going to other wards, trying to borrow some gloves so that you can take care of the patient. So
Mm.
it's not easy, but those are the kind of things you cannot see here.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to supplies, everything is adequate.
Problem. Mm.
But when it comes to taking care of the patients, you have to make sure because here, when it comes to legal matters, they are
Mm.
very strict on that. So
Mm.
whatever you do in the facilities, make sure like you do in your best way. If there is
Mm.
something like you feel you are not comfortable doing, or maybe
Mm.
you feel like you can't do it by yourself, always
Mm.
involve your seniors or your
Yeah.
charge nurse. We always
Yeah.
see the charge nurse is the best person because they are heading the shift.
Yeah, they
So
are.
anything that you have, just report to them. Any challenge that you face, report to them. Because
Mm-hmm.
if you keep it and then do something like seems like a mistake to them, or maybe to the facility,
Mm-hmm.
you can get in trouble, and then the probability of getting sued even by the patients and their relatives, it's very high.
That's
Like for
true.
example, a patient is a do not resuscitate.
Yeah.
So every time you report for shift, I always tell anyone that I see, even when I'm precepting something, whenever you report on your shift and then you are given report about this patient, always go to their notes and see if they are full code or do not resuscitate.
Yeah.
Because we have heard of cases where people have resuscitated patients who are do not resuscitate, and the patient survive, but the relatives come and sue the hospital, and the hospital narrows down it to you. Like, why did you save this life?
Yeah. Yeah,
So
very true. Very
that's
true.
something like they are so keen on most of the things, and the patients here know their medications
Yeah,
and they know their rights.
they do.
So
Yeah.
you have to be always to make sure like you are also safe.
You're saying something which is very important, and I will once again, for the sake of posterity, address nurses in Kenya, and especially young nurses. You who have, gone through the training and then you're now doing your internships or you're doing your placements and you're feeling disillusioned. You're feeling let down. You're feeling like, okay, really, is this what nursing is all about? You're looking at the whole situation and you're like, okay, number one, they are not paying us for our internship. Number two, the resources are not available. Number three, people are so rude. Number four, we don't have resources. And maybe somewhere in your heart you're questioning yourself, wondering, wait a minute, is this what I want to do for the rest of my life? I'm here to encourage you, just like Derrick is saying. Nursing is not limited to Kenya. And nursing is not limited to ineffective system of healthcare that we have in Kenya. Nursing, as I keep telling my mentees, is that nursing gives you wings to fly, literally. Nursing is your global passport. Nursing opens doors that you would never have opened with any other profession. I know of a consultant friend, close friend of mine. She's been trying to leave the country for the last 5 years and she has not managed to. Up to a point, akaniambia, Kate, I wish I was a nurse like you. I would have left this country a long time ago. So I know some people will call it, we are encouraging brain drain, but at the same time, I'm saying we are encouraging brain gain. Actually, it's a gain for the country when people leave because of the remittances and the exchange of knowledge. And also, we give room for other nurses to be trained through the system. So if you are in a hospital as a student nurse or a young nurse in Kenya and you're feeling like, yapana, no, this one is not okay. We are here to encourage you. Look, I'm in the United Kingdom. Rick is in the USA. Next time I'll bring someone else in Australia. These are Kenyans, people who underwent the same system like yourself. Rick is telling you he went for 3 months without being paid. I remember for me when we got employed back in 2014 by the one by Kiambu County, we literally had to go to the governor's office and fight after 3 months without pay. We went there and caused chaos for them to pay us and absorb us in permanent and pensionable. It was chaotic, but finally we literally had to fight for our rights. But is this how it is elsewhere in the world? No. Rick is telling you where he is. Patients know their rights. Patients are cooperating with you. Same to here in the United Kingdom. So perhaps it is not that you do not like nursing. Perhaps it is not that nursing is making you feel sad. Probably it is the system in Kenya. That system can suck out the life out of you, and you end up feeling like you hate the profession. But Aki, tunawaambia tu ukweli, nursing is worth it. Please do your 10,000 hours. Just stick through. Yeah, just hang on there. Just find a way to hang on, and eventually you come over the other side. As Rick has told you, you finish your school and go for the NCLEX exam, because let us be honest, USA is the dream. Come on, USA is the dream. Whether we say it today or we say it tomorrow, but it is the dream. So away from that, Derrick, What about challenges of gun violence? Hii kitu nimesikia mara mingi. Is it not true that there is so much gun violence in the USA? Should people not worry about that?
Kabla tuingie hiyo violence ya gun violence, ningetaka pia kusisitiza when it comes to nursing students.
Yeah.
You know, you have nursing students who are already in school doing nursing,
Yeah.
and we have people in high school who are planning to do nursing, and we also have some people who are outside our high school, but they are planning some time to come and do nursing. I'm telling you, this is the right time.
Wow.
This is the decision like you won't regret. Just sacrifice, do your best. Nothing is easy. Even doing nothing back at home, it's not easy. You have to sacrifice. You have to go through the challenges, but have the motive. Like at the end of the day, I will be successful.
Yeah.
And this, I'm not sending this message only to the students or to the kids. This message should also go to the parents. If your son, if your daughter says they want to do nursing, do not force them to do something else that they are not ready to do. You have had scenarios whereby students are forced to do specific courses.
Yeah.
And once they do those specific courses, they come with their certificate and hand them to the parents. And they tell them, you made me do this, take your certificate. Now I'm going to go out and do what I want to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we can avoid all that. If the kid or your child comes and tells, Mom, Dad, I want to do nursing, just let them, even encourage them. You can even ask, why do you want to do nursing? And then you can hear their views about it. So even parents have a major role to play when it comes to kids making decision on what to do. You cannot say, we can't have that stereotype like you have finished Form 4, now you are a man. You know, you have some some communities like after Form 4, you are a man, you can make your own decisions. No, kids are kids. They'll also want to be guided. Even adults, they always seek guidance when they feel like they are not certain about some issues.
Yeah.
You see. And then another thing to encourage you, Kate has been saying then to go to governor's office to get paid.
Yeah.
And I also remember from you when you were, our terms were translated to permanent and pensionable. We also went to stay like over 4 months. We had like to start what's happening. We are not getting paid. Then we had to get paid. But yeah, when you come with an agency, like for MedPro, they pay weekly. So every Friday you'll get your money. You don't have to ask anyone for your money. Like it's like most even the travel agencies, most of them pay weekly. But normally most agencies, most companies pay like bi-weekly. Every Friday after 2 weeks, you get paid your money. So
Derrick, si ni adopt.
I want to adopt you on. Ndo maana nawaambia mkuje nyote. Nyote mkuje huku. Every Friday you get your money. So it's easier even to do your budgeting, you know.
Yeah.
And then we are talking about when you're doing your normal shifts. You see, your normal shifts, like you do 3 shifts in a week. Those are like that 6 hours. But then, you know, once you get used to work, you can do extra shift.
Yeah.
Na Kate, acha niongee Kiswahili. Kwa mfano kama unalipwa $40 per hour.
Yeah.
Hiyo unalipwa, wanasemanga a week is made of 40 hours. So you get for 40 hours, unalipwa times 40. But then any extra.
Hii mehesabu nafanya, unaongea na mimi nina count. Okay, start talking. 40 times.
Wanasema, tuseme umepata contract ambayo unalipwa $40 per hour. And then wanasema every week you are supposed to get 40 weeks.
40 hours.
So wanasema ukiwork 3 days in 36 hours, but wanasemanga extra shift inaanzanga from 41 kuendelea.
Yeah.
So ukifanya hizo alafu wakati mwingine kuna time unasikia umepumzika, unaweza pika kama extra shift 2, work like 5 days.
That's
So utakuwa umepiga extra 24 hours. So 20 ndio itakuwa extra cause hizi 4 tuseme zitaenda kwa ile 36 ifike 40. So hizi 20 utalipwa time and a half. So like kama ni 40 utalipwa 40 plus 20. So hizi 20 hours utalipwa na rate ya 60.
1,200 on top of your salo.
Yeah, sasa utalipwa hivyo. So that's how it is. So just to encourage you, like pesa huku si issue. Hakuna kampuni itakulipa. Do your work and always pray. Mi huwa naambia watu, no matter what you do, always remember to pray. hata kama ni shift unaingia, just pray shift ikuwe easy, usipatane na challenges. Sometimes you can face challenges in your shift mpaka unashindwa, jameni, nani alinifuata huku kunitesa? But sometimes always remember to pray. The same thing when you starting this journey to cross over, never forget to pray. Yeah, that's all I can say before niende kwa gun violence, unless kama uko na swali hapo.
Actually hata sio swali, you know, even before tufike kwa gun violence, hii topic inabamba sana. Let me tell you another category of watu wenye ningetaka you reach out to them if I can't, or both of us can probably. You see, you remember the thing that we talked about when we were starting, that there are some people who went to colleges, they did particular courses, and then wako ushago, wako home, they don't know what to do. Okay, so maybe someone went and did a business management, or you know, just some funny courses, but they are qualified to take nursing. Na huyo mtu maybe ako 30 years old, saa hii ni baba ya mtu ama ni mama ya mtu, or maybe they are still single, they are like, okay fine, maisha yangu ilifika hapa. Or maybe they went into teaching, saa hii ni mwalimu, but amesema hii walimu haiingiani, I want to consider nursing. So Derrick, is there a way that they can do that?
For me, kuna kitu moja nitakwambia, even bado when I was working in Kenya, we had some nurses who were parents. Wengine actually walikuwa walimu wa high school.
Wow.
But then ikafika mahali wakafeel this is not going anywhere. Now mimi niliwapata. Wow. Like maybe someone ahead of me has been telling them, please, can you do nursing and come to the United States of America? And then they show them the positive side of it. Wengine wakaachia second year wakaingia nursing. Wengine wanaachia third year wanaingia nursing. Na sasa hivi, even in my channels, I always tell people, even if you have done another course and it's not helping you, and maybe you're in a position unaweza ingia ukafanya nursing, please, ingia fanya nursing. Nawambia, tuseme ukifanya nursing like 3 years, in the next 6 years, hata kama uko 30, ukiwa 36 utakuwa umekuja United States of America, because nimeweka hiyo duration unaweza take kabla crossover.
Crossover, yeah.
Na si hasara, because when you compare like being still where you are with like uko tu, kama utaifanya kazi au utaipata kazi, maybe you can work in an M-Pesa, of which sio mbaya, but you know your capacity is beyond that. You can work somewhere else, you can go abroad and work and maybe change the situation of your family, because you know our parents sacrifice a lot when it comes to us going to study.
Very true.
They do a lot for us. So maybe when you go and do such a course and then you come back and say, hey, my parents have done this, now I'm going to this place, and by God's grace, you will change this family, you will change the history of this family, and even the parents will feel proud. They'll say, okay, we did this, but it wasn't enough. Because I think one thing we miss is a career guide when you're back in high school.
Very true. Very true.
Because if it starts there early, then you can be having ideas on the best courses to do. People are going to TVET to do technical courses, because when you do a technical course, you get employed faster.
Faster, yeah, true.
Yeah. So people are trying, like, at the end of the day, it's not about getting certificates. It's not getting master's degrees, PhDs. It's after studies. Are you working somewhere?
Exactly.
That's what matters.
And that is important. I'm so happy that you bring it up, Ricky, because this is what I tell people, at least the small category that I deal with. I usually tell them it is important for you to look around your own, you know, your street. You want to do aeronautical engineering. Kuko na aeronautical engineers wangapi hapo mtaa? You want to go and be an electrical engineer. Ni wangapi wako around? At the time where we are in, I know we tend to say all dreams are valid, and indeed they are. I believe they are. But I remember I wrote this article in Daily Nation sometimes last year. I said there is no limit to achieving your dream. How call limited? You're not limited, but what you need to do is fanya kitu yenye itakuset at least 5 steps ahead, and nursing is that profession. Itakuweka mbele kidogo, then whatever you want to do utaifanya baadaye, you know. But think about, wacha tukue practical. We are Kenyans bana, economy venye iko. Fanya kitu yenye itakupatia job saa hii, ikupande vizuri, ukuwe na roots kwa ground sawa sawa, then you can try and reach for the stars later. Because Rick, saa hii ukataka kufanya aeronautical engineering and you're a nurse, si unaweza fanya?
Yes, yeah.
can you do nursing when you are an aeronautical engineer? Hauna hiyo opportunity, you will have to go zero. Sahi wewe ukataka to advance to medicine and be a doctor, you can do it. If you want to advance into pharmacy, you can do it. If you want to go into biostatistics, you can do it. Basically, I call nursing the springboard. Akina sisemangi hivi kwa sababu ya anything else. It is because of the opportunities yenye huwa inatupatia kusonga mbele. So for our friends, our you know, our brothers and sisters, parents, guardians wenye wako nyumbani, I would really encourage them to let their kids, or even encourage their kids to take up nursing. Si kwa kitu ingine, kuimprove tu maisha, unajua, kwa sababu sisi wote tunataka kukua ahead. Poverty is the enemy hapa, si ni ukweli? We all want to go ahead, and if nursing is giving us that opportunity, why not? Si ni ukweli? I'm so happy to see a schoolmate. Hi, Grace Mashara. Tell us how you are. Thank you so much. Anyway, continue, Ricky.
So now when you say such a thing, some people think you are saying this because you are a nurse, but no, it's because you can see the real things on the ground.
Yes.
Hata ungekuwa wewe si nurse, kuna vitu naona and they are happening. So kuna watu wengine wako nursing, but then they have other things to do in their hand. But this nothing, at least you can get finances to sponsor yourself to do something else, and that's what you need. And then wanaambia watu chukua education kama investment. You might not have used your money, but your parents used your money on you. Ungetaka ukuwe na biashara umeingiza kama 800,000 in 4 years ama 5 years, and then 7th year biashara ilikwama. Ichukulie hivyo, take it like a business. You have invested like even $1 million Kenya shillings, and then you expect some output from the business, but then after the 5 years there's nothing, 6 years nothing, 10 years there's nothing. So at least do something like after you finish your school, it will help you get some work. It will help you move steps ahead. That's all I can say, just as an encouragement. Sometimes I know we all face challenges, whether you are studying, whether you are working. That's normal to human beings. And if you're not facing challenges, then something is wrong. You have to face challenges because you also have goals you are chasing. And sometimes it's not easy to just go and get the goals that you're chasing. So always make sure, even if there are challenges, your head still remains, the target still remains. Have a goal and push towards that goal. Don't be swayed by the challenges that you meet on the way. Yeah.
So Rick, nursing is not a call, because some people will argue, for you to be a nurse, you have to have been called. Aki mimi sikuitwa na mtu. But anyway, I have a very strong opinion when people say that. So let me just
I know.
See vocation. It's not a calling.
Mi wanasema nursing is a profession.
Thank you.
Na kama una feel ni calling, wewe ukiitwa itika. You know, people feel it in a different way. Like if you feel it's a calling and you feel you have been called, you just answer the call.
Answer the call.
Yeah, and make the next step. Yeah, because if you feel it's a call, it's okay, it's a call, but take the next step. Answer the call and start the journey. And after you're done, you'll say, at least I answered this call. That's why I'm here. For me, I do it as a profession because I know it's a profession. We are very respected people. So I always do it with a positive mentality. Like I have to push this to the end. Yeah.
Amazing. Tell us about gun violence in the USA. Alafu tukutuambia, which state are you in? Where are you in America?
Mimi niko hapa Texas tu. Niende wapi? Niko Texas. Nikihama nitawaambia.
Sawa. Tell us about gun violence. Kwanza Texas, it's a red state, they have a law to carry and you can
firearms,
the guns, ndio?
Yeah.
Tell us, hebu tuambie, how do you guys cope? Hakuna kushutiana huko?
Kuna law ya kuwa firearms. Kwanza the first time I went to a shopping mall, woman, napata hizi ni bunduki wanauza kama nyanya. Yani ziko huko. Because you know one thing that is hunting here, people go to hunt. So kuna hizo guns za kuhunt, alafu kuna hizo zingine mapisto, like hiyo ni kitu hujaiona Kenya. And then you go there, you ask them, and then ziko na prices $450, kuna mpaka $300. So if you want to own one, it's cheap. Na ndio maana unasikia here in United States of America, sometimes you're like people went to school and started shooting, and then with today's generation, we have a lot of things going on. People are watching modern movies, and they see how the actors, they do not understand that's acting, like it's not real. How like people go get guns and kill all those criminals, and then they feel like they wanna be those people, so they go and buy those pistols and then go start shooting even kids. It happens. I've never encountered one, and I pray to never encounter one. But
Mm,
I've had scenarios even close to me, like people went to the beach and someone just started firing, shooting for no reason and killed few people.
mm,
So it's happening, and it's not only in Texas. I think it's happening everywhere. Sometimes even people are afraid of going with their kids to
mm,
Walmarts or shopping malls. Because
mm,
when it comes even to mental health, you have a lot of people with mental health problems.
mm,
Like they can start shooting from nowhere.
mm,
So sometimes you feel it's not safe to go with your kid to such places where you have a congestion of people. Because
mm,
people are frustrated with life. They just remove their guns and start shooting. And then we have a lot of issues going on here. Some
mm,
of the things, even if I explain, some people never understand until you get to this place and see the guys that you feel they are okay, they have other issues that are bothering them and they
mm,
start shooting.
mm,
Others, you have issues with kids, like you divorce with your wife and the court says the wife has to keep the kids, you get frustrated and you go to the shopping malls or on the road. And when you see a woman, you are bitter, like you feel like shooting them. So those things happen.
mm.
So we
Lakini
always
this
we
is not
always pray to be on the safe
deterring,
side. Hmm?
this is not stopping you. Si ni ukweli? Si hata nyinyi mko huko mna survive vizuri.
Tuko huko. Mimi hata kuna msee alikuwa ananiambia one time, a guy was telling me, I'll have to buy a gun
Mhm,
and keep it. And for me, my opinion was like, why should I buy a gun?
mm,
I told them, for me, I feel there's no need of owning a gun.
mm,
If I want shooting, I can go to places where they do shooting and then I practice shooting and then go back.
mm,
I don't see the need to own a gun, but here in Texas, almost everyone owns a gun,
mhm,
even when driving. Actually, when you get here and then you are doing practice, driving practice, you're always being told, do not look people in their eyes when driving.
mm.
Like, you get to a red light and then you stop and then you start looking people. Actually, you'll see people do not look at you. So do not look to people because they can remove their guns. They might feel like you have been following them.
All right, I
Yeah, and
see.
then they have their weapons here, so they just and shoot you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
We have had such scenarios before,
mm,
so
wow.
we try to be safe.
Wow. But what encourages me is the fact that there is a way out. There's a way to survive even with those challenges. Because even here in the United Kingdom, we have our own set of challenges. Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't have gun violence, but there's a lot of knife crime in the UK. There are a lot of particular knives called zombie knives, which are right now causing a lot of havoc. So we have a lot of stabbings in the United Kingdom. But that does not stop us. You know what I mean? Like, it does not stop us from doing what we have to do. It does not stop you guys who are in the USA from doing what you have to do. I mean, at the end of the day, ni Mungu tulinda ama ni
Ni
aje?
Mungu. Yeah,
Is
it's
God who
good.
takes care of us. We cannot say that, oh, I will not go
Mhm.
to the USA because of gun violence, or I'll not go to the United Kingdom because of knife crime. Ay, hapana. Hatuwezi fanya kazi hivyo. We have
Yeah.
to we have to know that these are the challenges na bado tutaweza, si ndio? we
Yeah.
have we have to go and we have to do it. So thank you so much, Derrick. What else can you tell us? There's something I have been meaning to ask you. Rick's Kids, what does that mean? I understand you were into comedy at some point.
Hii maisha itaki
Uh-huh.
mchezo.
Yeah,
Okay.
tell us.
When I'm here, I've done a lot of things. Like before, I just love being happy. So before everything, then I used to like we talk to people, get happy, and then when COVID came, I have my friend of mine, Evans Karaoke. He gave me the courage to face the cameras. We are not
Oh,
courageous when you are starting, but we encourage each other. You can face the camera. Actually, we started by doing health education
good.
in the coastal region. we could educate people about chikungunya, mosquito, like some sort of podcast, and then we'd post it. We had a channel called SilverX Media.
Wow.
That's where we could educate people. And then when COVID hit, we got.
Sorry, we can't hear you. Umepotea for some reason. We can't hear you. Hello. You are on mute or something. We still can't hear you, I'm afraid. Do you want to exit then rejoin? Yeah. No, we still can't hear you. I'm so sorry. We can't hear you. I'm sorry. Yeah. Sorry. He'll be back in a minute. So in the meantime, wacha tupige story. Grace Mashara, hey, I've been following you through proxies. I've been following you like a monitoring spirit, young lady. I hope you're doing well. So happy to see you here. Julie Kitum, thank you so much. I hope you are learning something from what Derrick has been telling us. I really hope umefanya NCLEX. And if you've not done NCLEX, you are at least on the way. Penina Mudhoni, fellow sisters, I assume you're a nurse. Happy to see you here, and I am so happy. I really hope if you've not done your NCLEX, at least you are in the process of taking your NCLEX. And there is something that I've not told you. United Kingdom is not recruiting directly from Kenya nowadays. So you might think that United Kingdom is quicker for you to leave at nitafanya haraka in the UK. Lakini, you might be surprised that the time it takes you now from Kenya to the United Kingdom is actually the same yenye ingekutake kwenda USA. Let us add Derrick back to the stage. Hi, Derrick, can you hear us? No, sorry, we can't hear you. I don't know. Is it your earphones? I don't know. We still can't hear you. Pole, atukuski. Can you? Ebu ongea. No, sorry, my love. No, we can't hear you. I don't know what's going on. I'm so sorry. So guys, I was telling you, yeah, I was trying to explain to you that things have really changed in the United Kingdom. And this is what I keep on telling people when they reach out to me. Kate, can you tell me the process of coming to the UK? I understand I can come in 3 months. 3 months za kufanya nini? Things have changed in the United Kingdom, please. And you'll be surprised, most of the people wenye najua wamefanya IELTS exam, that is the English exam, and the competence-based exam, that is the MCQs, to come to the United Kingdom, but zime expire 2 years later, zimechapa. So they have to take them again, or some of them are switching to pediatric or to mental health. My question is, so you can use that time to do your NCLEX. I sincerely encourage people to go to the USA. People will ask me, Kate, what are you doing in the UK? And I'll tell you, if you're in the UK 4 years plus, hakuna place unaenda, chill kiasi, pata makaratasi yako, become a British citizen, then songa, enda anywhere kwenye unaenda, sawa? But usitoke kama uko 4 years. I mean, guys, nimeka UK more than 4 years. Sini ngoja nipate makaratasi zangu. But if you're in Kenya right now, tafadhali, between United Kingdom and USA, mi sikudanganyi, live, go for USA. And that is why we have Derrick here. Come back, Derrick.
Oh, nasikika saa hii.
Finally, he is here.
Imenitesa. I don't know what was wrong.
I'm so sorry. Tell us, you were doing something with Evan's karaoke.
Yeah, tulianza hiyo kama podcast, and then time ya COVID we went to the streets educating people about creating awareness to the people, because we had some scenario where people say like ukikunywa strong tea sijui unapona. We had a lot of issues when it came to COVID, so we're educating them like it's real, just to take the precautions. You know, it came a time where like people are allowed to start doing some business, but carefully. But then you would see people going out without masks, like they never thought it was serious. But back then, I had worked in COVID as center for like 4 months, so I knew like it was real. I saw people losing their lives.
Mm.
I saw people in very, very critical situations. Some got well. So
Mm.
we started educating people. Then COVID went. And then a lot of things happened. Then we started comedy, we started acting, we started shooting videos. So we have done a lot.
That's amazing. And this is what I
Yeah.
love about nursing, that you can still retain your authenticity. You can still be who you are and be a nurse at the same time. I mean, look
Yeah.
at people like Nurse Blake, look at Nurse John, look at Nurse
Yeah.
Anna. These people
Mm-hmm.
are raking in millions of dollars
I
today,
know. I
like
know. Yeah.
online. Wanafanya
Mm-hmm.
online, and they are making huge loads of money.
And then Kate, on that issue, kuna watu wamekuwa wakicomplain kwamba you have the potential but wewe ni kama
Mm.
utaki.
Umeamua
Wanasema
kunishambulia.
wamesema ukuwe serious. It's just, we talk with a lot of people and then you see their reviews, how they say, and then they say Kate has a lot of potential. Like, it seems like your life is so busy, like you don't have time for this, but they say you have the potential. And they
Oh,
always tell them it's true. Yeah.
umeamua kunishambulia on air. Okay.
Uh-uh. People are saying you be serious now when it
Oh,
comes
that's
to that.
serious. Ndio
To
mafans
on that,
wanasema.
yeah. On that other journey, you be serious. Yeah.
And Vox Populi Vox Day. So the voice of the people is the voice of God.
Yeah.
We
So
need to
you have
get
to do
serious.
something about this.
So my only big problem when it comes to content creation, and I will be very honest, I even made a TikTok about this, it is editing. So Derrick, kama utanikalisha chini unisaidie kuedit videos, then imagine we can do such a wonderful job. I don't mind content creation. I know I have education and all that, but when it comes to editing videos, my brain just swells up. It
Anything
feels
is
like
not
coming
easy.
up with the project just by myself. I'm like, hey, mama, me, I cannot. It's just so much. But then again, on the other hand, I do a lot of writing. This is what I want you to know and tell my fans, that Kate speaks better through her pen. So I do a lot of writing. I have a weekly newsletter on LinkedIn under the name Catherine Minor. It is a verified one. I am an expert voice in nursing on LinkedIn. Please follow me.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Please follow me
Mhm.
on LinkedIn, because I talk a lot of very important things. It is true, Kate, you have a lot of potential. Grace Mashara nakuona sana. I know you know me from
Grace
college.
anajua.
Grace knows me from college. This girl, hey, this girl was my college mate. Grace, hey, we have been
Mhm.
through a lot with Grace. And I can see another one, Catherine Duta, my schoolmate. I feel so supported. Asanteni sana, guys, for coming. So what I'm trying to say is I do a lot of writing. I prefer writing. And the other thing is I have a renal nursing textbook, and I co-authored a chapter on chronic kidney disease, because as you know, I am a kidney nurse.
Yeah.
And najua hakuna mtu mwenye atawatch video up to this point, so I can comfortably say this hoping to God hakuna mtu mwenye ataiona. Before the end of the year, you will have a renal book from me. So it is in publishing, inatokelezea before the end of the year. So yeah,
Those are the kind of steps you want to
sasa
hear
napenda
nurses
kuandika.
making.
Mi na prefer kuandika kuliko history ya kuongea sana, but when I
Acha
talk,
nikwambie, it's either way you are trying just to reach the audience. Like if you have
no,
that book and then you are talking and then like even when you're selling your book, you have to let people know you have this book.
of course,
The book is written, but you have to talk,
yes,
They go hand in hand.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So those are the things, but I am so happy. Nikitakuja kutembea hiyo US yenu,
Karibu
that
sana.
US your viewers, it has to see me like this, even if it is a visit, eh? And when I come
Welcome.
nitakutafuta, we need to do another kakachap, eh?
Yeah, we
Now
need to.
in the same time zone, because now we are in two different time zones. So
Yeah.
I wonder, is there something else you want to tell people? It is time we started wrapping things up.
Nitasema vipi, bado ni kuhimiza, just encouraging people back at home. If you feel like you need to do nursing, please go for it. You won't regret. And then even when nurses come from Kenya to this place, I don't think it's brain drain, because at the end of the day, we have a lot of nurses in Kenya. Si ni kweli? A lot of them. And then every year we have a lot of nurses graduating. Kenya cannot employ all those nurses.
No.
And that's why you hear even our president and other politicians saying like they are trying to get employment for the nurses outside the country.
Yeah. True.
It shouldn't be happening, but it's happening. So I encourage you, please take that step, start doing this, make sure you push it as your dream and you achieve what you want to achieve. Otherwise, Mimi Nico, I always also do some content here and there. So I'll keep on encouraging people. I also share about their life in United States of America once in a while. So just to update people back at home what's happening here. But the most important thing is you work your way up here.
Okay.
Because once you get here, you can see all that by yourself.
That is amazing. Rick,
Yeah.
hujakwambia green card imefunguka wewe. Utaki watu wakuje na green card?
Nakwambia hata nimetengenezea watu videos. Green card ilifunguliwa tarehe 2. Ni 2, 2nd of October. Na inafunga 5th of November. So that's 1 month duration. Please, kama ujui, if you do not know how to apply for the green card, enda cyber. Kuna cyber wanajua kufanya hiyo kazi perfectly. They'll apply it for you. And for example, if you are married and you have your spouse, both of you can apply and include each member. But as an individual, don't apply twice. Just apply once. Ni bahati, lakini inaweza kuwa ni bahati yako, so do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I really wanted to know from you, Akina, ninaisahau. I really want to know, is there any particular thing that they need to know, like education level, before they apply for the green card?
For the education level, kuna time walikuwa wanasema mpaka ukuwe umemaliza form 4. But siku hizi wanasema bora you have been, pengine hata kama ulimaliza class 8, you know, some people do not go to high school.
Yeah.
A person does class 8 and then they do the technical courses and then they start working. They say like you have experience. Maybe you are doing something to do with electricity, like for the last like 2 years. It means you have something you can do once you get to this place. So I'm not sure if they are eligible, but people are saying they're eligible also to apply. Like you can just apply for the green card.
Amazing.
Yeah, because initially, you know, you need to have a passport to apply. But last year when we are applying, people just do the national ID. Like the burden of because sometimes it's just a burden getting the passport and then applying and not and then missing it. So like you have a passport there for no reason and you use like over 6,000 to get one.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Rick, for coming over. Aki, I know how busy you guys are, so you creating time to chat with me, I don't take it for granted, to be very honest. I am so grateful. And I will ask you if you come across any other male nurse. For some reason, I'm targeting male nurses because I want to encourage boy child back home that nursing is their profession. It is not just a profession for girls. No, it is their profession as well. So in as much as I continue looking for speakers who are female, I also need help to reach out to male nurses as well and bring them on board and we can have a chat with them as well. Sini sawa?
Unajua unaweza ongea na mtu, lakini mtu mwenye ataface camera ndo hiyo courage ndo watu hawana. Wengi wanaogopa. Wanaweza ongea, but I'll try see if you can get someone for you. Maybe you can have a conversation about the experience also.
I would be happy.
And that will help people back at home. Yeah.
I would be happy to. So nashukuru sana. Thank you so much, Derrick, for coming and have a lovely evening. Team Phoenix, asanteni sana for tuning in. I really am so grateful. Grace, Samuel Shitanda, Catherine Duta, Mudhoni Penina, Julie Kitum, and everybody else who has tuned in. I can only say asanteni sana. Thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart to you, asanteni, for coming in. I hope now you know, and if you do not take anything else from this conversation, I hope you know that nursing is a profession that can take you places. Number 2, you know that USA is actually worth all the hype. It is totally worth all the hype. Number 3, I have told you, United Kingdom nowadays, it is taking almost as much time as the process for USA. So you cannot use it as an excuse. But when you compare it to Kenya, obviously UK is better than Kenya, but huwezi linganisha na USA. This is what I keep on saying, and it is the truth. You can also not compare it to Australia. Kuna venye UK uzima watu when it comes to their earnings, yeah? Kuna venye kasalua kakokakonda. Yes, of course, 100 times better than Kenya, but ukilinganisha na Derrick hapa, Derrick ni source wa mine sasa, na atani adopt. So, Thank you so much guys. Nashukuru. Let's do this next time and nawapenda
Kate,
sana.
Kate, one more thing
Go for
kabla
it.
najua show ni yako, lakini nataka kusema you are doing a great job. You always encourage people. I always get some time and read the articles once they are published. And now to get to the extent whereby you are publishing a book, you are miles ahead. Congratulations.
Thank
And I
you.
wish you all the best in everything that you do.
Thank you. And please share your handles. Unipatie handles zako so that I can add them to the description of this video. People need to follow you on
Okay,
Instagram,
I'll
on
do that.
TikTok, on Facebook, everywhere. Okay?
Okay,
Share
I'll
with
do
them.
that.
And asante sana.
Thanks so much.
Bye, bye, bye kila mtu. Good night.